Hi, this is Chris from Excite Audio, and this is Project Toyota Alphard. Why we actually curated this set for a Toyota Alphard is because coming from a family man myself, I could always picture having this entertainment system in the car, making my family's journey pleasant as well as mine. So without further ado, let's grab all of this again and let's head to Peter's shop to install this in the Toyota Alphard. Most of the cars I would actually recommend to do soundproofing. It reduces a lot of other unwanted noise, especially when you are in the car audio fanatic part of it, or either a car audio enthusiast, right? Soundproofing makes a lot of difference in the cabin, right? Not only it reduces noise, it reduces rattles, but it also makes the music sound much more pleasurable. But the main thing also is that the cabin noise will be lesser. What we have here right now, we've treated this Alphard with STP Black Silver, right? So I would say this is almost the entry level of STP, but it will do justice to the sound system, to improve on the quality of it. Okay, so this is the second layer of it, because we couldn't show you the first layer. The first layer is actually behind this, which is the metal area. So for this Project Alphard, right, we chose an AP 6.5, the Audition Prima speakers, to be mounted at the front doors, right, which is here. And as usual, all our installations with Peter, right, we'll have this sound division foam here to actually help redirect the sound towards the cabin, right? Don't look at it as just like a simple foam, but it does make a difference. So now here is where the interesting part starts, right? What we have here, they are also full Audisons. So from the head unit, the signal will be channeled to this Audison Beat Nove. So the Audison Beat Nove is actually a DSP, which is a digital sound processor. It acts like the CPU. So this is where all the magic starts, where your time alignment, your EQ, how you want it to sound, and also to create a nice surround sound, right, with a specially tuned time alignment for the front driver as well as the middle passengers, all in one. Right, the signal will be actually channeled out to two Audison amplifiers, which is the SR 4300 amplifier. It gives 85 watt times 4 RMS all the way to 8 speakers. So notice that there are basically 2 units of this 4-channel amplifiers. Don't look at it as so small because it's Class D. It gives a lot of power. So 85 watts times 4 channel RMS is actually very powerful. And of course, wiring is neatly done. All these are connection cables, so they are basically manufactured by Audison as well. Right, running through from the battery to power up all these goodies over here is actually a 4-gauge cable, which is pure copper. And of course, 13 AWG speaker cables to feed the signal and the power to all the speakers in the car. Right, so in this car, there's a total of 8 speakers and 1 subwoofer. Right, okay, so for this rear door, only 1 layer of STP silver is actually used, first layer of the door. For this rear speaker here, so we've selected the Audison AV 6.5 mid-bass speaker here for the rear door. The customer mainly sits at the rear passenger seat, so he wants the best sound. That's why we selected a higher end AV 6.5 and AV 1.1 combo to actually be placed at the back rather than the front, right? So these speakers are highly rated, really good speakers, extremely nice sound and bass as well, right? And of course the install will come with the speaker foam as well. So for an Alphard owner, you always want the best for your kids or your passengers behind, right? And you want them to be able to enjoy the in-car entertainment. So we've installed an Alpine 12-inch roof monitor, right? And this is basically the best in the market that money could buy. It costs as much as maybe your 75 or 70-inch LED TV at home. The resolution, and the picture quality is basically the best in the market. And not only that, the video quality is great, but there's even one more function. And to keep everyone to be like healthy and breathing in good air, this Alpine roof monitor even comes with a sharp ionizer built in. So it also removes the bacteria and all these particles in the air that are not good. So not only you get entertainment here, plus it takes care of your health too. How cool is that? So I'm in a kind of weird position, right? Holding a door panel in the car. Right, but the reason of this being, I really want to show you the AV 1.1 speakers over here that's actually installed here. Yeah, so something nice about this speaker, it sounds really warm. Definitely the clarity, it's really good. And of course, as an audio enthusiast, or you want the best audio in the car, right? Audison products will never actually go wrong. And this is one of the, I would say, mid-high-end tweeters, and it's going to be run on active in an active setup. This is I would call it the third layer of the soundproof, right? And this is basically from viral filter. This actually appears a lot, especially in home theater rooms and home theater setup. In Chinese, we call it gai tan tok, because it's kind of looking really like egg tray. And of course, the function is to absorb unwanted noise. This is basically, I want to introduce to you is actually the Nakamichi NAM5730 10-inch Android player. So according to the spec sheet and all, this is probably the most high-end part of on the Nakamichi Android head unit range. Yes, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. So basically you can have your Netflix, your Spotify, your Waze, your Google App Store. You want to play games on it, you want to do anything with it. Yeah, it's just exactly like a phone. But why did I choose this display? It's high res and it has an optical out. So basically I can have super clean and clear signal from this head unit directly fed to the Audison BeatNove DSP processor. Voila! This is an Audison AP2 full range tweeters, which is 2-inch in size, right? And we actually chose this because it fits exactly to this part of the Alphard, right? So basically it looks stock after installation, and yeah, it just sits right nicely over here and gives you a full range sound, and this really sounds good. Alright, so this is where the bass begins. And this is the Audison AP-BX 10AS. So this is a 10-inch subwoofer with pre-built box fabricated by Audison, and it also has a built-in amplifier capable of, I think, 300 watt RMS of power. So don't look at this thing that is just a small subwoofer, it does shake the Alphard. Because of space constraints, but the quest for perfect audio, right, we actually chose this Audison subwoofer to be placed here. This one will be basically down firing, and it will be placed in this compartment. Right, so this is where we're gonna place the Audison subwoofer. Just place into this compartment and done. If you want to remove it, it's also easy to remove, and then it's hidden. And you still have your boot space.
Since we are using the BeatNove DSP, and also Chris has wanted 2 sections of the car, front and back, to sound good. So because there are passengers at the back, so for this car, I will be tuning the front section individually to give it the sound coming from the front, especially for the driver. And also for the rears here, I will tune it separately as well, so that the center image for the passenger on the left hand side will be coming out in the center here. It's as if there's a full sound stage in front for these 2 seats. Fortunately, with the BeatNove, it has got 9 channels of DSPing, and hence I'm able to do that, whereby I can split front and rear and have it tuned accordingly. Because the rears are very critical, we have run it in active mode, meaning the tweeter on the door and the mids in the door. When this door is closed, the tweeter and the mid is quite far away from the listener. Hence, by using the DSP, I purposely run the tweeter and the mids in separate channels. Hence, I'm able to control a lot more on the tweeters. Hence, the tuning of the DSP is very critical, especially if I split it up. Now, the subwoofer is at the back, and we did not use an under-seat sub for this car. Why? Because with the sub at the back, the entire cabin will be filled with bass. If we had implemented an under-seat sub on the passenger side, only the front area will feel it. This part will be missing. That is why the Audison sub at the back will help tremendously to fill up the bass in this car, and so that everyone can enjoy the sound. A very important point here, most Alphard and Vellfire customers will think, if you compare with the JBL system, it has got many speakers all around the car. But however, to get really good sound, we only need to attack the critical speakers. And in this car, for the front, all we had to do was just the door speakers and a full range mid up in the dash. Okay, and over here, just the tweeter and the mids here. We don't really need any more speakers in this car to give us that good sound. So please don't get the impression that you want to copy like the JBL sound system, but we don't really need to.